Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we do unbiased price action analysis. I had somebody in my Discord ask me yesterday about a certain, what was it? About a candle. Is today considered a hanging man candle on the daily chart? Prepare for an uptrend reversal into a downtrend. Great question. And that piece will look so good. That's what we're going to talk about. We're looking at the daily chart on the SPY here. We're looking at this particular candle right there that you guys see. Yesterday's candle. Nice long wick on the bottom, nice little short wick on the top, and a little small body. Okay, now, is that a hanging man candle? Usually, when I see a hanging man candle or examples of it, they usually show it looking more like a hammer, right? More like a hammer. The body's a tad bigger than what we see here, but I have seen, examples of hanging man where it did look like this. Okay, now if you don't consider this a hanging man candle, you can look at triple Q, and you guys know, like, you look at SPY and you look at triple Q, they tend to move similarly. And when you look at the candle on triple Q, it definitely looks more like a hanging man candle. Okay, so it's definitely something to consider. Um, and what is a hanging man candle? There's definitely articles online that explain what a hanging man candle is, but the way it's explained in this one paragraph, I really like it. In the price chart, the hanging man candle pattern provides a warning sign for buyers who want to hold the price for further gain. For buyers, this is what I love. For buyers, it helps to manage the trade by getting out of the market with a profit, ensuring some gains. That's why it's so important to know the bull case and the bear case, right? Because even if it goes against you, you'll know at least to take some profits so you can ensure some gains. On the other hand, for sellers, it indicates a possible entry point, contingent on other confirmation. That's the part I love about that. Contingent on other confirmation. So just because we see a potential hanging man candle on SPY's daily chart or triple Q's daily chart, it doesn't mean just you want to just jump right in. You got to combine it with other things, other indicators, right? But I don't really use indicators. But what I do use is the price action. Okay? So as usual, Uncle Char is going to give you guys the levels and the setups beforehand so that you guys can trade it in real time. If this hanging man candle is truly bearish, we're going to talk about it and how we're going to trade it, what we need to see for more downside. And if it's not, and if this hanging man does not play out bearishly, what would invalidate it, okay? Now, I'm going to give you guys the levels and setups. How do you use those levels? And what are setups, right? Setups are things like breakout of resistance, breakdown of supports, false breakouts, false breakdown setups. I'm pretty sure you've heard those concepts before. And the way I like to use the levels is I go to the 15 to 30 minute chart, no lower than that. Some people do like to use it lower. And if you find a way to make the lower time frame work for you, that's awesome. But for me, I like to use the 15-minute chart. When I get a breakdown of a support, like that right there or that right there, I like to look to short. I wrote in my Discord the plan. I wrote, after multiple defenses of the 20 DMA, SPY gapping up here, giving us a potential bullish island reversal. Okay, we look at the daily chart. We had that gap up yesterday. SPY opened around 593.4. It started with a gap up looking like, hey, is this going to be a bullish island reversal? Obviously, in hindsight, we can see that it was no. But I did raise the question. All right, giving us a potential bullish island reversal. We had to watch what's going to happen next. And I wrote, if above 593 and 595 clears, bullish. Based on that island reversal, that gap up, with the higher targets, 596.5 and 598. And then I put no puts unless 593 fails as support. So we were looking to long above 595. And we were looking to short below 593, and I wrote more context explanations on below. But you guys see what happened. Broke down 593. Broke down my next level at 591.5. It even broke down 590, broke down 590. Now it got a little Choppy intraday, the usual intraday chop. But if you're going to call a bottom, it doesn't always work. But if you're going to call a bottom, you want to do it with the odds in your favor. And when we finally called the bottom for the day, at least, not for today, but for the day of yesterday, it started with a false breakdown of 588. And if you didn't trust that, you wait for the next setup. Boom. Recaptured 590. Boom. Recaptured 591.5. If you don't trust one setup, just wait for the next setup. But it recaptured 591.5, treated like support. Smashed 590, was at 593, went up a little higher. So this is what I mean by level to level trading, like the sheep, bull case, bear case. Because this is a lot of time. This is what the market likes to do. It likes to go down and up and go down and up, and just, it's messing us up. Most retail traders, they think the market only moves one way, or it's only going to move one way. Today's the day the market crashed. Today's the day the market goes to new all-time high. But a lot of times, this is what the market does more often than not. It chops, tricking out both retail traders, both bulls and bears, before it finally does make the move it really wants to make. So for me, knowing how the market makers do their job, knowing how they operate, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use that to my advantage. I'm going to play it level to level style. I'm going to teach a lot of people about this, and we're all going to kick the market makers' ass one day, hopefully. Okay? Because they like to do that. This is them playing us. So I play them right back by training at level to level. I get in, I get out. I get in, I get out. All right? So let's get to the daily chart. I hope you guys a little understand how to use these levels. 15-minute chart, 15-minute chart. You know, I can't wait for the breakout, wait for the breakdown. If I am going to play reversal, I wait for the false breakout or the false breakdown. All that happy stuff. So back to the hanging man candle. Like it said in this paragraph, contingent on other confirmation. So how do you trade a hanging man candle? Well, you want to look at the characteristics of previous hanging man candle. Now, this article isn't showing it right now for some weird reason. But usually what I see with a hanging man candle is, well, this is a good example right here. Step 3. After you get the hanging man candle, the next candle, not always, but it should be a bearish one where it breaks down more support. And you know that it's a good entry, or there's going to be follow through when it takes out the low of the hanging man candle. So you want to look at the hanging man candle. Right now we're getting a gap down, which is a good sign for bears. Bears, that's definitely what you want to see. But what is the low of the hanging man candle? According to the daily chart, is at 587.4. Okay, I do have a 580 level, but if you guys want to trade based off of this, you can use that 587.4 level. And then I got 586 below that would break down the 20 daily moving average. Okay, so now we know what we need to see for the chart to be bearish and for us to go short with puts. You want to see breakdown of support levels as usual. Breakdown 591.5, 590. But based on this candle, the critical one would be 587.4, and then the 20 daily moving average around 586. We break down those support levels. We can put in a top, a lower high, if you will, and we can head down a lot lower. Now, for the hanging man candle to be invalidated, 2 levels must fail: 593 and 595. If those levels clear, any thought of being bearish should be temporarily blocked or deleted from your mind, okay? Because above those levels, if they clear, we're likely heading back up to all-time highs. And if this is truly a higher low off the 20 daily moving average, we could be getting to new all-time highs, getting above over 600. Either way, guys, know the levels, know the setups, and trade it unbiasedly in real time. That's all I got to say. Triple Q, same situation with the candle. If this is truly a hanging man candle and it's bearish, we got to see breakdowns of more support levels, okay? It's below 504, so next support's at 502 and 500, but the critical one is 497.5. That's the fib level and also the low of the hanging man candle. Those levels fail, get bearish. And if this is a bounce, 504, 505.5, and what's the high? The high of the hanging man candle is 507. So if we clear 507, that invalidates it. That invalidates the bearishness. Gap fill is at 508.6. Then I have a fib level at 510 and 512 above. Tesla, unfortunately, we didn't get that explosive move that I was hoping for yesterday. You guys can see that Tesla is consolidating. You know, it's building up for a move. Today, I'm hoping that explosive move can come today because it didn't come yesterday. Now, something interesting though. We go to a 2-day. This is a 2-day chart, 2-day daily chart. You guys can see we got an inside candle setup on the 2-day chart. Okay, so that's still a sign of consolidation. We go back to the daily chart. You guys can see just side by side candles. So hopefully today can be an explosive one. If not, then darn it, that sucks. Maybe we'll get it Monday. Either way, what I need to see, if it's bearish, 338, 336, 334 all must fail. And 330 and 328 will be in play. Below 330, bears would definitely be in control. And if we are going to bounce, 340, 342, 344, 346, and 348 are all targets, all resistant levels. A bottom is in above 348, and it could be an explosive move all the way up to 358 plus. Now, I don't know when we're going to get the explosive move. I was hoping it was yesterday. We didn't get it. Let's see if we get it today. Either way, react unbiasedly level to level. And if the market does give us that home run move, let your runners catch it. NVDA. Still closed. I mean, we had a volatility definitely increased on this stock yesterday. But at the end of the day, it closed right around the same area. Okay, so we're still dealing with the same levels. Supports at 144. 140 and 138. I need to see those levels fail, guys. Maybe get some daily chart breakdowns because we're not getting it. So yeah, break down those levels, play it level to level style as usual. Those are the levels I have. And if the moves to the upside, once again 146, 147.4 and 149 are resistant level. We almost cleared that 149 level yesterday. Okay, now you guys can see around this area we had good amount of selling pressure, okay? And then we went up high and it's just dropped right back down. So it's very possible above this area there was a bunch of stop losses that they probably went to go hunt before pushing it back down. And now that they hunt those stop losses up there, I'm wondering if they're finally going to give us the real move, and is that real move to the downside? And if it is, remember, watch for the breakdown of those support levels, okay? But yeah, those are resistant level above 149. A bottom is in. We did break 149 yesterday, but we did not get the daily chart close, so it doesn't count in my opinion. We'll see if it can happen today. IWM continued to bounce. Next resistant level is at 236. Guys, if it clears, more upside incoming. We could be heading back up to 240 plus. I can't favor this be a dead cat bounce or some type of top in unless support at 234 and 232 fails to put 230 and 228 back in play. Apple, boy, it did clear that 228.4 level. I mentioned I'd be bullish above, and I am, but that 230 level just won't let the bulls get through. Okay, so that's the next job. That's the next mission for the bulls. Stay above 228.4 and clear 230, preferably with some volume behind it, and then I could see us going to much higher levels. But man, it's not looking strong, guys. But either way, we still need confirmation. If 228.4 and 227 fails, definitely look to short with lower targets in play. I think we could head all the way back down to 223 and 221.4, which would be a nice move to the downside for Apple. Speaking of nice moves to the downside, Amazon, oh, that was beautiful to the downside. Yesterday, I don't know if anybody traded it, but definitely was nice. Broke down that 199 fib level, still below it. As long as below 197, 195.3, 194, and 192 all in play. Remember, we got a gap around 190-ish area too. Can Amazon go for the gap? We also have a gap to the upside, but to even get to the upside around the 210 area, 210, 210.5 area, they'll need to clear some resistant levels starting with 201 and 203. If it clears, then maybe we can go back up to 204.7, 206, and 207.3-ish. And then maybe the gap fill, but it's going to need to clear some lost levels, recapture some lost levels, starting with 201 and 203. Meta. What a nice bounce off the lower Bollinger Band, but we are gapping down right now. Fib levels at 562. That's my equilibrium level. If we're below it, I'm going to favor more downside. 560, 558 or lower. We could head all the way back down to 549. But if we can get back above 562, then maybe we can get a bounce back up to 569.5 or higher. Okay, guys? 562 is the equilibrium level. Below bearish, above, we could go for a bounce. Microsoft looking bearish to me. They tried to retest that fib level. They tried to recapture it, and they failed. Strong buying pressure, if you ask me. But that 410.5 is level still holding as support. That's the next plan, next goal for the bears. Break down 412 and 410.5. Definitely more downside is possible. Back down to 405 or lower. If 410.5 defends, need to recapture some lost levels. 414, 415, and 417 must recapture to retest 418.7. And 418.7 is the critical fib level that needs to clear to put a bottom in and switch my sentiment back to bullish. All right, DXY continuing to bounce. This is looking crazy here. Next critical resistance level is at 108. If it clears, holy moly, could be heading up to 109 or higher, guys. A bullish dollar. Wow. Support is at 107. 107, 106.5. Well, actually, 107 and 106. Yeah, 107, 106, and then 105.6 are my support level. Got to break those levels down to turn bearish again, but right now it is looking bullish. Coin, holy moly, donut shop. It was incredible. I'm so grateful I covered coin. This was an incredible, massive, massive move to the downside yesterday. I mentioned to everybody, you want to look to show up below 325 and 322, and did it work out? Yes, it did. Let's see if volatility can continue. It might consolidate a little bit, which would be unfortunate, but hopefully it doesn't. We'll see what happens, though. The RSI is neither overbought or oversold. So there's definitely strength or energy to go up or down. You got to watch out for this potential M pattern. Shout out to 3501. Look at that M pattern. Potential. We'll see what happens next, okay? Be tactical, be methodical like a sheep is all I can say. Support right now is 299, which we're flirting with right now. And then 297.4 and 296. If those levels fail, guys, we're heading down lower. Likely going to 290, 288.5. The low of this potential M pattern is around 274.3-ish. We could go test that level, and below 274.3. Wow. First of all, that's a big move to get there. And if we break it down, this M pattern is going to get real nasty on the bulls. Okay? To try to put in a bounce, we got to clear resistant levels. And that can still happen. So, bears, you want to remain humble. Don't get too cocky, okay? Because anything can happen. All right? So if resistance at 301 and 303 clears, 304.5, 306, 310, and 311.7 will all be back in play. That will be a big move to the upside. So watch out for that, okay? DOGE still consolidating. It's getting very tight in my triangle pattern. Got to break above 40 cents to break out, and it got to break down 38 cents to break down, okay? 40 cents to 38 cents is the chop range, getting very tight. Watch for the break. Yeah, Bitcoin, it looked like is breaking out my 98.6 thousand resistance level. I think it's going to go hit 100K, guys, okay? If it can clear 98.6K, 100K is incoming. I can't get bearish unless we break down 95,000 and 93.3 thousand, okay? So that's what I have for you guys this morning. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. And if you want, join the Discord. I love to serve you guys there. Peace.